Hello, bonjour. It is a new day, a new video. Today is a renovation video. It's my first renovation video that I've made. The only thing to keep off the house is the actual shell. I do delete everything in it, including walls, as you can see. I like the size of the house as a starter home, but I just wanted to completely redo it. Yeah, I realised that lights would be a better lighting solution than windows if I wanted to try and build within the house. And I needed a blank canvas, so I had to change that flooring. That was just off-putting. Originally this was going to be a 2-bed for one couple and a single adult, which is why I sized the rooms with the double beds in them. But I actually don't use the second bedroom as a bedroom, and we changed that into a study. Layouts are not my strong point, so figuring out my spatial awareness and where I wanted to put things was not too hard because it wasn't a big build, but it was still challenging a little bit because I had no idea what I wanted to do until I started building. I just knew I wanted to do 2 bedrooms, modern build, and keep it a bungalow. At the end you'll see that it's not a bungalow anymore because in my gameplay they had a kid and I had to extend upwards so I could make a bedroom for the toddler, because I wanted to keep the second bedroom as a study downstairs. It doesn't change the downstairs too much. All you put in is some stairs. There's no layout changes or anything. Here I didn't know if I should go for quite a colourful kitchen or a super monotone bland, but I decided to do plain, simple, but with a little bit of colour in it. So I'm trying not to use too much expensive things to try and keep the price down. It was for a young adult couple. One was moving out from a family home, so they weren't just newly made Sims with the 220,000 simoleons. I can never choose a sink. There never seems to be one that I'm like, yep, I want to use that one. I actually put a dishwasher in this house and I tried not to use it because the bin that I put in, I deliberately used that to make money so that they could get $10-30 from, or simoleons from the bin. So I didn't actually delete the dishwasher, but I just tried to put all the dishes in the bin before they cleaned up. This is using base game and Parenthood's game pack, so that's all that's in this house. I had actually seen somebody use those wall units already with the glass, and I had never noticed that before, that those ones had glass doors, so I wanted to use them in this build. I like that little added touch. Makes it feel more realistic, and also it comes in useful for the fire. It's not just for decoration, which is good. I've never actually had to use one of them though. I wanted some minimalist plants out there, just to bring some sort of life into it because it's so clean cut and modern industrialized, but yeah, I like those plants because I thought they went with the whole theme of it. It's not actually a bad sized house for the startup of a Sims family, which is good. It wasn't too small, which I liked. Picking a rug for here was quite difficult because when you size them down, it went a bit too small for the space. and then you choose bigger ones and it's just too big so it takes up the entire area. I do eventually find one. I decided to go with the darker concrete flooring, and because it's not a massive space, but it's spacious, so I didn't like the black furniture. I thought the white would brought it out more and gave it a bit more zazziness. I quite like the idea of the rug going right along there, but again, this was the perfect one. It was such a good size when I sized it down. My sim and gameplay did have some stuff in his household inventory, like these posters, so I used them because he could use them anyway. I like how you can use the blind on the extra tall door. I thought that was quite cool. That's like, I would say that's really the only blind you can use on modern builds. There's not a whole lot where, like, they're all kinda generic and no specific style, and then there's super traditional looking ones that just don't go with this kind of build. I had no idea what I wanted to do with the walls. I wasn't sure if I wanted to make them all concrete or do a little bit of concrete and then some colour. I don't actually remember what I went with. I wanted to give that, oh, I think I went with bare brick, didn't I? I really liked the bare brick. I wanted to try and add some colour because it was so grey and concrete, but I just didn't like the coloured wallpapers, but the brick, yeah, that's nice. And I really love the cement. I never used that, and I saw it on a build on YouTube already and I thought that's cool, I want to use that. And so I was like, I'm going to build a starter home and it's going to be all concrete and brick and minimalist. So much fun. So much fun. Yeah, I quite like kind of muted colours for putting it with the brick or the concrete or whatever, just to give it a little bit more something. Since this was the only bathroom, I didn't want to just, put a freestanding sink or anything in. I wanted to make it a little bit more practical for it being the only bathroom in the house. I like the double towel there, and just not having anything on the other wall. I don't think actually, I was going to say I think I put a mirror there, but I don't think I did. I was like a wee plant in there. Even though you can't use that soap in the game, I like having them. It just makes it look more lived in, more realistic. I don't believe that was something they had in Sims 2. I don't know about Sims 3, I never played that, but Sims 2, I don't remember it. This is a double bed version of the single bed that one of the guys in the house used to have in his parents' house, and I just wanted to keep that going with his house because that's how that was like the character that I had built for him. He liked the blue and just the complete minimalist, no decoration or pattern or anything. I like that bed, it's kind of like my own. I love these skateboards. I use them whenever I can. I sized them up here to make it look kind of like a headboard. There's a llama. I've yet to find a use for these. For some reason I like them, but I don't know what their purpose is. Well, I guess it's just wall decoration, but I don't know how to use them, so I will find a use for them. I'm determined. I really like that because of the blue colour, and it's like so man-made with the concrete and the glass, and then there's a picture of the ocean. I thought it was a really nice contrast. I was just about to say, I don't think I keep the wood, but I don't. I just end up going for the same flooring throughout the entire house, which I like that. Even though there's walls, it somehow feels like the one place. I know that a lot of people are used to having different flooring in different rooms, and then other people are used to having all the one flooring throughout, or like all the one flooring on the bottom floor, and then the same on the top floor, but it's different to the bottom. But usually I do whatever suits the room, but this one I thought it suited better for the entire build if I just kept it the same. This here is a study that I was supposedly, I originally made to be a single adult's room. I decided against that when I considered the Sims living there. They're both tech geniuses, and I thought they kind of need an office with a computer each. They're hardly going to move out into a house of their own and not have that option or that availability. Again, I really couldn't decide what colour to do the walls. Decisions. I don't even know if this was the end result. I think it was, but I change my mind that often. That's something I'm trying to work on as well. Deciding what I want, and then picking it and saying yes or no, but I hate having to cycle through all the different ones all the time because I'm so indecisive about what colour I want or what texture. Here I'm just sizing down the spotlights because they're the best. If you don't want hanging lights, like if you don't want visible lights, then they're hardly even in the game, especially when you size them down. You don't even notice them. Here I tried not to use the best computers there is, which I usually do because I usually cheat money and just get as much as I need to buy the house or whatever, pay the bills. But here I wanted to try and keep it as low cost as possible so that they never had to cheat, or I didn't have to cheat for them to move into the house. And I don't believe I did. I think because they were already in-game Sims, who hadn't just been newly made, so they had more than 20,000 to spend. They could afford the house, and they both had pretty good paying jobs, so they could afford the bills after that as well. I really wanted to put like, a couple pieces of artwork up, but I wanted to leave that wall blank because one of my Sims accumulated quite a few pieces of artwork from his mum in the gameplay, and there was some good colours with some turquoise and blue. I'm sure you'll see them in the screenshots. Just downsizing more lights, and they make the house really bright as well, which I like. This is something else that I haven't done before, which is use two different types of fencing in the one small area. I had seen that on a build recently, and I liked it and wanted to try my own version of it. I didn't want to change the roof because I thought they're renovating the inside, but they're not touching the outside, they're not touching the structure, because they were only moving in, they weren't building their own house. And there's the screenshots. We have the telescope out there for their sciencey needs. Here's a kitchen with one of the paintings up actually. There's a living room with the stairs in it and the chair taken away. I think I'd put the chair back because they could sit in it under the stairs. And there's another piece of artwork up on the wall from the mum. That was the early days artwork. There's the office with the gaming rig there. One of the Sims is sleeping. I like the hanging lights in front of the mirrors as well. There's the blue painting. This is a toddler's room up the stairs, so you just come up the stairs and this is what you see straight away. There's the floor plan of upstairs. And there's a floor plan of downstairs. Pretty simple. I like it. Yeah, thanks for watching and bye bye.